Okay, this is the final product of the new Accessory House Global QC35/QC35 2.0 headband. We just finished designing this headband, and as you can see, it uses the original clips from your headphones. So alright, so what you are going to get in your package is the new QC35 headband from Accessory House Global and your mini Phillips head screwdriver. That's it, that's all. You're going to be using your old clips from your headphones and the 4 screws that come with it. So, very important, those 4 screws that come with your headphones. If you lose one, you are screwed. So we are going to do whatever we can to make sure we don't lose one. Now, what I've done is I've put out a pillowcase because it's soft and it's also white. The screws are black. So if I dropped it on the pillowcase, I'm going to find it easy. But also, this is a wood table. If those screws hit a wood table, they're going to bounce all around and possibly go on the floor, and then you're going to lose it, and then that's trouble. Okay, so we have our QC35s here. Now this is a brand new set of QC35s. I'm definitely not going to cut the headband off of these. However, I am going to show you how to take the clips off, and then I have another set of QC35s where I'm going to cut that headband off. Now the first thing we want to look at on our QC35s is the clips. So the clips are right here on the ends of the headband. Now these clips have 2 screws. You can see one right there, and you can see one right there, that you need to unscrew on each side. And over here as well. That's the first thing we are going to do. Here we go. Right, so I have my mini Phillips head screwdriver that I got in the package from AHG, and I'm going to use that to take out these screws. Now don't forget, we want to have this pillowcase or cloth on the ground that's white, so when those screws fall out we can see them really easy. We don't want them bouncing around on tables and stuff like that are hard surfaces, because if we lose them, we're definitely not in a good position. Right, so it doesn't matter which ones you take off, you're just going to unscrew them. After they come off, nothing's going to happen to the actual headphones. They're just going to basically be without clips. That's one. And that's 2. There we go. There you go, no big deal. And there you go. So we can see the cable, which is important. Right here you can see the cable is in the middle of the headband. And that means it goes across the top like this. So when we cut the headband off, we're going to go across the side along the seam here. So we avoid that cable, but that's later. Let's get this other clip off. There we go. There we go. So I have my 4 screws and my 2 sets of clips right here, which is what I want. And now we're moving on to cutting the headband off.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like the video. Monty gets way more biscuits that way. Well, he gets a lot of biscuits anyways. But it helps the channel out, so help a brother out.
Okay, so we're at the point now where we're going to cut the headband off. This is the point of no return. Once you cut that headband off of your headphones, you're going to have to do the installation with the new headband. So, looking at the original headband is here. We have got the clip off right there. Let's get a little focus here. There we go. Clip is off, and on the side here, focusing again. on the side here is the seam. We want to cut along that seam right there all the way across, avoiding that cable in the middle. So I'm not going to do this on the new headphones I have, but I am going to do it on my Midnight Blue using the headband on there. It has a seam in the same place, and I'm just going to cut that off. So, get these ready. Let's do it this way. I'm going to go underneath. So rather than going on top, I'm going to go underneath here, like so. There we go. You can see that's coming off nicely. Get back in there. And there we go. So now with the real headband, when it comes off, you're gonna have a bunch of plastic, some foam headband left over. You need to peel all of that off. There's gonna be a little bit of adhesive that holds two pieces of plastic on the ends here. You're gonna need to take that off completely. So the headband looks bare like this. And you're gonna make sure that this cable stays in the middle. So, and the product looks like that. All right, we're now gonna get our new QC35 version 2.0 headband, and we are going to get our headphones. Let's make sure that cable is in the middle. Now remember, we want to have this is the front. No, this is the front here. So yeah, left and right. I want to have, you want to reverse this, so it's going to be like this. You want to have the soft Velcro here. You want to have the side that has the scratchy Velcro facing this way. And that is so that when you close it and close it over top, you have the seam here that is going to be not open. So when you're facing forward, no one can see that you have a different headband. So let's line this up, get it right in the middle, make sure that cable is in the middle as much as possible, just like that. And now we're gonna flop this side over first. Hold that in place. You're gonna need to push it all the way over to the edge. So you see the metal headband here, I'm pushing it all the way to the edge, and then I'm coming over with the other one. Now when you come over with the other side, you want to go in the middle first, and then just touch it down a bit so it's lined up. So you can see here, I've lined that up with the edge perfectly. And now that it's stuck in place, I can go along the rest of it, making sure that I get the rest of that headband right along that edge. So it's flush. The good thing about Velcro is you can just go back and change it, pull it up and try it again if you didn't get it right. So, there we go. Now, that looks pretty good to me. I'm going to move on to the clips. The important part about the clips is we're going to extend these out. And you want to make sure this headband is evenly spaced out. You can't have it over too far one way compared to the other. So you need to make sure that the gaps in the metal here are visible because that's where the screw holes on the clips fit into, and they need to be available for these screws to go in. So I'm just gonna make sure that this little piece of the flap is in the right position, and I can fit my clip over top of it and hold it in place, but also fit the screws into. It ends up looking like, can we see this here? That is really close. Looking like that. So you can see those are in the gaps there. That's in that gap there and there. Now I know that that is in place. I can get my front piece, put that in place, and I have a, you might want to adjust the leather at this point in time before you shut it. Okay, so now that is looking pretty good to me. And when I flip it around, it looks quite good as well, right there. So now I'm gonna put the screws in. You wanna make sure those flaps are in place, because if it doesn't pinch it, it will come out. And then you can use your little mini screwdriver to tuck some stuff in here as well if you want to. There we go. So, right. You're gonna need to pick the screws up. The screwdriver is magnetized, but the screws are so fine, the magnet is, it just moves the screw off of the tip, so it goes off to the side and stuff like that. So you want to put the screw in to the hole first, and then just screw it in from there, rather than trying to pick it up with the screwdriver perfectly and screwing it at the same time of trying to place it. So I got the screw in there, and now what I want to do is only screw it in a little bit, maybe 3/4 of the way, halfway. That's pretty good there. And then I'm going to do the other one. This is also where it comes in handy having this tablecloth or pillowcase, because when you try to pick up these little tiny screws and get them into this little hole, they fall out of your hands quite a bit. Okay, so that one is in quite well. I'm going to tighten it now, just like so. And that one. There we go. All right, that leaves one to go. So get the other clip, line it up with those little screw holes in place. Now the second clip is where you're going to need to hold the leather kind of in place, because if it has been put in a bit wonky at all, it might be a bit short, it might be turned over a little bit more. All you need to do is just hold it in that position, like here. Put that clip on there, and then let's turn it over, and those are in place now. All right, that is good to go. And obviously if you're not happy with it, you can just go back and undo it and try again. Stay in the loop with our news, reviews, and how-tos. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. And if you're really keen, you might even be able to slide into Monty's DMs.